Oh, for the love of Uncle Sam's exploding wallet. Let's talk about why the Zoomers and their avocado toast slinging cousins are piling onto the socialism/communism bandwagon like it's the last Black Friday sale at the Free Stuff Emporium. Picture this. Johnny Freshman, straight out of the womb of suburbia, gets sold the ultimate scam by guidance counselors with more PowerPoints than personality. Go to college, kid. Rack up $200K in loans for a degree in queer quantum astrology or whatever the hell intersectional interpretive dance is this semester. Your future, believe us, it's golden. You'll be CEO of a unicorn startup by the age of 25, or at least baristaing your way to artisanal foam mastery. Cut instead to reality. Colleges, those ivory-towered vampires, guzzling taxpayer blood like it's bottomless mimosas at a faculty mixer. Tuition costs skyrocketing faster than Starship headed into space, up 213% since 1980, while wages limp along like a three-legged dog at a greyhound race. And what do they teach? Not welding or wiring a house, useful stuff, but how Karl Marx was basically the original TikTok influencer, whispering sweet nothings about seizing the means while handing out A's as a participation trophy in echo chamber seminars. I'm so smart!
I am too smart! I am too smart! S-M-R-T! I mean S-M-A-R-R-T!
They yell as they wave their A grades in Marxian economics to each other, unable, of course, to explain a supply-demand curve which was deemed useless and a waste of time by their red professor. And by graduation, these kids' brains are so marinated in commie Kool-Aid that they're ready to chant, "Eat the rich," at the drop of a trust fund hat. Then bam, they hit the job market. Welcome to the economy, snowflake. Your starting salary, $15 an hour. To caffeinate Karens who majored themselves in virtue signaling and personal dissatisfaction. Oh, and good luck affording rent, because it's up 30%, partially because boomers and crypto bros are hoarding real assets like houses, like their Pokemon cards. Just a collection, a smattering of them all over the place. You know what? And I'm going to tell you that I personally remember the confrontation that these new college grads have with reality, because about 15 years ago, I got a quote for a website that I wanted to have made from a new member of my ritzy gym in Los Angeles. And the guy wanted $5,000. I thought that was a bit rich. And I hopped online and I found some wizard in Mumbai who would code it for $600, and he threw in a samosa recipe to boot. So who do you think I hired? The guy who didn't charge me enough for a down payment on his own existential crisis. Global competition, my friends. It's like playing Monopoly against a cartel of sweatshops. Your Go Square lands on Get Wrecked by the robots in Bangalore. And these new college graduates, they have to contend also with the money printer going brrr. Enter, by the way, the Cantillon effect. That sneaky French economist term who figured out that fresh cash floods Wall Street wizards first. They snap up stocks with it, Bitcoin and McMansion, before the ink is finished drying on those newly printed notes. And by the time that cash, those dollars, dribble out to the general public, they're worth less than a participation ribbon, because your rents And your new ramen prices have already been inflated while grandma's gold-plated condo appreciates faster than her bingo winnings. Kids, my friends, they are drowning in debt. $1.7 trillion nationally, which, by the way, is enough to buy a small country or at least a decent therapist for our floundering nation. And their dead-end gigs? Check. Prospects? Zilch. Prices? Stratospheric. Enter the snake. Enter in the Mundami. Vote for me, and healthcare, college, and unicorn rides are free! No more bootstraps, just hammocks for all. Watch your prospects escalate while you sleep, gently swaying in the breeze. And they're offered this snake prophecy, and they buy into it. And the question that I have is, do I blame them? Can you blame them? Because they've been brainwashed from finger painting with red colors since kindergarten to final exams in college on why capitalism is basically Voldemort, if they're allowed to read J.K. Rowling anymore, which seems to be unlikely given the fact that she's been deemed a TERF. This is not just a youthquake, it's a slow motion national faceplant. Our leaders, a bunch of silver-spooned wizards waving wands of quantitative easing that enslave Gen Z to a debt dragon that makes Smog look like a chump. Print more, promise more, and deliver squat until the whole pyramid scheme tips over and we're all yelling, "Vive la Revolution" from the rubble. But wait, I've got a high note incoming because I don't want to leave you worse off than when you tuned in. I'm not just here to roast. I've got a plan. Grab that dusty federal land that we have all over America. We've got 640 million acres of tumbleweed bureaucracy just begging to get flipped. We're going to auction it to builders with one ironclad rule. Build houses here, cheap as hell. We're going to eliminate the red tape, ditch the zoning Nazis and NIMBY Karens, mandate prefab pods that cost less than a used Tesla, and boom, we're going to develop these mega communities, not the creepy cult kind, but shiny new suburbs with laser tag arenas, drone racing tracks, and breweries that double, of course, as therapy sessions. And we price a 3-bedroom starter at $99K. That, by the way, hopefully doesn't require Gen Z to sell a kidney. Make it have gravity to attract more people to it. We're gonna have fun there, enough to lure them, like free VR family game nights. And it's going to be big enough to spawn jobs, on-site Etsy empires for artisanal despair, and cheap enough that even a barista might be able to own it outright in 5 to 10 years. And suddenly, these kids, they'll have skin in the game. A picket fence? Check. A minivan for the Rugrats? Double check if they're into having kids and not having abortions, that is. Something to lose besides their dignity on OnlyFans? Triple check. And that commie itch scratched right out, because nothing kills revolutionary fever like HOA meetings and lawn mowing Sundays. It is the American Dream 2.0, from Occupy Wall Street to own your own patch of dirt. Call it Liberty Landing, or if you want to be a little bit funny, Commie Cure cul-de-sacs. And if you have a better idea or an add-on to this, please leave it in the comment section. I want to know what you think. But I say, let's deed it up and watch the red tide turn into a red, white, and blue barbecue. Now, if you're with me, drop me a like on the video and share this video, and peace out. Hopefully we can come up with something to ameliorate the descent into communism and the end of the United States. That's my goal.